So I didn't rush through the game. So I gave some critical feedback from the perspective of a game developer, designer, and just as a casual gamer as well. So I brought the devs into my chat. So yeah, I had that list with me. So so it's all about connecting with the devs, asking questions, just having fun playing their game. So the idea is to showcase their games, have fun. So who knows, who might be watching. So yeah, it's also a good opportunity for young streamers as well to grow their channel. So it's a collaborative effort. So it's the same thing. So we're expecting more people to be streaming all of the games, and if you do those, you get sweet IGDC passes.
Oh yes, not for me this year though. Unfortunately, I won't be at IGDC this year. So Amir, you'll have to have twice the amount of fun on my behalf.
I'll be holding the flag. Yeah.
Yes. All right. Chat. If we're looking good on stuff for BYG, I think it's now time to reveal our jury. So normally every year, we have a panel of judges from the games industry, people who have a lot of experience, not just building games, but also have given support to the games industry. And we have 3 people who will be joining us today as part of BYG 2025 jury panel. And I'm going to go ahead and just start announcing, giving some of the names. So firstly, we have Shubhank Maurya. He is the Chief Product Officer and founding team member from Second Quest. Hey, there he is. Shubhank has worked with many companies. He's worked with Viacom 18. He's worked with Hungama. He and I also go way back. He has about, I kid you not, 2 decades, not 2 years, 2 decades worth of experience in the game industry. So Shubhank, welcome.
Thank you so much.
No problem. We also have joining us Anurag Chaudhary. He is the founder and CEO at Felicity Games. They're also a global game into global game publishing. Felicity Games is a games publisher for casual games. They also acquire and scale high-performing mobile titles through data-driven publishing, world-class user acquisition, and relentless focus on live ops and player retention. Very, very important in mobile games. Anurag, welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me over. Hey, guys.
Awesome. And last, certainly not least, we also have Sagar Nair. He's the head of incubation and initiatives at Chimera VC. For those who don't know, Chimera VC is focused on making concentrated investments into early stage games and game adjacent startups in India. They also believe in providing support through an ecosystem focused on being a thought leader and leveraging industry and geographical connections, which will be invaluable to their investment positions. Sagar, welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks, Vijay. Hi, everyone. Hi, Amir. Hi, Shubham. Hi, Anurag. Excited to be here.
Hi, everyone. So glad you're all here.
Guys, once again, on behalf of Game Dev India, thank you for joining for today's BYOG 2025 theme reveal. I think we could also confirm nobody on the jury knows what the theme is yet either. I don't think so.
No clue. No idea. That's one thing that was a well-kept secret throughout.
Perfect. Don't worry. It will be secret no longer. And yes, chat, we will also be revealing the theme very soon. But first things first, I actually wanted to take this time to ask each of you guys a question. And it could be it could be specific to the jam, but it could also be taken in a different context, depending on how you guys feel about the question. One thing in particular, because I feel like it's something that's important to the industry as a whole. And Shubhank, I actually wanted to ask you this question. Why do you think these jams are so important, especially now? Like, what's the relevance?
I think so. Jams have always been extremely relevant or an extremely important to folks who want to get into the industry one way or the other. I think this time, especially when and as in the last 5 years or so, when game development has become so democratized, there are so many engines. People are starting making demos and things like that at such an early age. It's great to just come up with some friends, make something that you want to, and just put it out there for the world to see. I think it's great to test out ideas, to test out mechanics, things like that. Get validation from other people. And the important thing is that the journey doesn't really end when the jam is over. It continues. Like if you have a great idea, work on it even more. I mean, you never know. You might have the next big thing in your hand.
I think that's sound advice. That is also, I think that's is a good point because we're seeing a lot of games from previous jams, especially last year, which are becoming developed into their own games, which are getting either published or self-published on Steam. So I think that's all great points. I actually also wanted to ask this question to you, Sagar, and I apologize, the way I phrased this question may not be the best way.
Go for it.
But are game jams something that companies or studios, from your experience, even VCs, right? Is it something that companies are actively looking out for or keeping an eye in India? It's not something I personally hear a lot. Maybe, and this could be different from like maybe companies having their own jams internally, but from especially from like a VC perspective, I will also like be really interested to know your thoughts on this.
Absolutely. Of course, I mean, jams like these and initiatives like these are essentially the scrappy core of any gaming ecosystem, right? That's where the raw talent kind of comes across. These are resilient builders who build with zero to no resources or awareness at all. And that's the beauty of it, right? It kind of, so if you put it from a perspective of a VC, or in my case specifically, someone who's actually building an incubator for gaming startup based out of India, it definitely becomes a future pipeline, right? You kind of figure out the thought process, the genres that they're looking at, the ease at which they're able to build prototypes or alphas or betas in a tight timeline. And the best part about kind of interacting with developers or builders or teams at this level is the fact that they have zero inhibitions, right? They're willing to take those risks. The kind of seeds for category creation is also something that are sowed at stages and jams like these. So, from a futuristic lens, from a VC lens, these are definitely essential to the entire food chain or the pipeline of VC or just investing in gaming per se.
Got it. Well, thank you. I appreciate you answering that question. Amir, do we have any questions in the chat? I saw some questions earlier. I think I had also mods that also
There was a
tagged us
few.
in
There
one.
are a few questions. Like the community, the community wants to know, what kind of games does the jury play? Since we have everybody from a gaming experience, so they would like to know what are your favorite games that you get to play? Since
All the
we
time.
have everybody from a gaming experience, so they
Wow. I mean, it differs all the time because as developers, we have to play all kind of games. We can't restrict ourselves. But I think recently I found that I'm sinking an unhealthy amount of time in this in this turn-based RPG called Warhammer Rogue Trader. It's on my Steam Deck, so it's a great game. I think anyone who is remotely into Warhammer or is even curious about it, it's great, newbie friendly for you guys. I'm also dabbling a little bit on Transport Fever right now, but that's purely for because I like simulation games. We are also making simulation games, so it's helpful in that way. But yeah.
Okay, thank you. Anurag, how about yourself? I would like to hear from you as well.
Yeah, so I like to play, casual ritualistic puzzles, and the one that I'm playing right now is a, crossover of a word game and solitaire. So it's called Solitaire
Oh,
Words. Yeah, and yeah, it's a new mechanic which kind of sprung out of nowhere and is now in the top charts in the US as well. So yeah, studying that game, playing that game, and quite enjoying, like passing through levels. So yeah. But even otherwise, I mean, typically I like to play some. I mean, if I look at my phone, I do end up downloading a bunch of games. But what sticks around is something that's very ritualistic, right? So, and yeah, I mean, word games, card games, sorting puzzles. Those are the kind of things that I end up playing the most.
got
nice.
it.
How
I
about you,
actually
Sagar?
want to. Yeah, Sagar, please go ahead, share yours as well.
Oh, I'm one of those 90s kids who's grown up playing Counter Strike. So FPS is something that's stuck with me all my life. I've been through different eras, but of course, Valorant is something I continue to play a lot. And I'm also a fond mobile gamer as well. I've done my phases of CODM during the lockdown, but I'm currently honestly burning an unhealthy amount of time in Pokemon TCG Pocket. I'm up to like 1700 cards now, and I battle every time I
Wow.
get 5 minutes. I hop onto a battle, so it's always fun to have that secondary game on mobile.
We have someone in the chat asking what is like your all-time favorite game.
Oh wow! That's a tough question, but I'll have to say Counter Strike.
All
Counter
right, that's
Strike
fair.
Condition Zero to be specific, because again, I've spent, I
Ooh.
don't think, I don't like more than 10,000 hours of time spent on that game. I don't think I've spent that much amount of time on any game after that.
Got it. Fair enough. So I actually want to circle back
Amazing.
something Anurag said that really interesting to me. So Anurag, because we were talking about a little bit about the type of games that interest you, but also some of the genres that may be interesting to develop into full blown games. So from your perspective, right? How would you essentially take a game that you've looked at through a jam? How would you feel? How do you feel that we would take that into a full blown game, not just for a platform like Steam, but other platforms? Since Felicity Games is also into publishing casual games and publishing on mobile, is there any sort of insight that you could possibly share with us, at that or any experience that you might have with that?
Absolutely. So, I mean, I can speak for mobile. Steam, we don't have any experience, but
That's fine.
largely what we've noticed about mobile is that if you have a great core game loop, then that's like job half done. But the thing there is that for a large scaled outcome on mobile, you need to have retention beyond D30, D60, right? So now either you kind of add a lot of elements to the game in terms of live ops, but if you pick something which has the potential to be ritualistic, right, and you don't necessarily need to reinvent the wheel. There is a lot of innovation that's happening by crossing over different ritualistic genres itself. For example, there is a game called Crossmatch, which is a crossover of
Mm.
crosswords and Sudoku. Both of them are ritualistic games, right? So just being a little smart about picking up something which already has that subliminal ritualisticness inherently can kind of give you a higher rate of success versus something which kind of looks great. You'll perhaps just play it for a few minutes, but as soon as the novelty is gone, there is nothing which will kind of uh, make you come back to. So those kind of games don't scale a lot and are like capped outcomes. So yeah, I mean the same thing. Ritualisticness check is what I would say is what kind of makes a game travel and scale.
Nice.
Gotcha.
That's a really interesting insight, Anurag. I think we have like a few more questions that we can pick up from the communities. Shubhank, I have this question for you. So people are
Yeah.
asking, regarding BYG, what is the judging criteria for all these games that you are going to be playing?
So there are actually a bunch of points on which we will rate the game. Obviously, adherence to the theme, how deeply the theme is integrated, things like that. But also, I think it's very important for people to know that completing the game is really, really crucial to this. So ensure that all your games are complete in the sense that I can play from start to end. It could be something as simple as maybe a 2 minute experience for me, but as long as it is complete, it tells me what you guys have been thinking through. I think that's great. Do not worry too much about production and other things. I mean, production in the sense production values and things like that. Don't go after crazy 3D assets that you're unable to manage and so on and so forth. I think just keep it simple, keep it playable, make sure you finish the game, and just spend maybe a couple of hours just thinking about the theme, what will be relevant to it, because that the whole point about how you stick to the theme is very, very important.
Yeah,
Got it.
that's true. So yeah, that's great. Let's pick up another community question.
Ooh, this one's nice. What are your thoughts on game mods? Thinking games built on Roblox, Minecraft, and Fortnite. Sagar, do you want to take this question?
Happy to. I mean, it brings in that involvement with a typical gamer when they let in mods, right? It's the
Hmm.
fun and the level at which an individual interacts in that nature with a given game that they play a lot just elevates their experience with that particular title. The sense of belongingness goes much longer. The kind of loyalty they show towards those products go longer. And I mean, the examples were spot on. I mean, you look at a Minecraft or a Fortnite. If you ask anyone what's the kind of shelf life on games like these, you really can't answer it. They've been going strong historically, and they continue to go strong. they've come across devices, managed to hit numbers both from a consumer and a business perspective on mobile or their primary strongholds of PC or console. And again, the community is what essentially, and your player base is essentially what drives the longevity of a particular game. So it clearly stands out as an example. And to be honest, as a consumer, it's fun to kind of get a part of those mods, right? Build something of your own.
Absolutely.
And also from an ecosystem perspective, the kind of content creation opportunities it creates, as opposed to the non-traditional kind of content that goes on, also creates a whole different, interesting vertical within the realm of content as well.
Cool. Okay, I appreciate it. As someone who's been playing a lot of Fortnite. Oh wait, we have another question here. So for mobile games, are hooks more important, or is the experience / appeal more important? Let's have Anurag answer this one.
No, so the appeal of the core game loop, I think that's more important. Definitely, if the hook can always be worked upon later. But if the core game loop itself is appealing, then you can always build on top of it. You can always add something, which is a crazy hook. And the hooks keep changing, right? They're more trend based, but the core game loop is the most important thing.
Gotcha. Okay, thank you, and yeah, thank you from the chat, guys. We're still going through some of your questions right now.
We have another one from Shubham. Yeah.
Go ahead.
So this one is for Sagar. So Shubham asks, what type of games do you generally take at your incubation? Is it only mobile specific based hyper casual games, or do you also do story based game for PC or other platforms?
I love the question. Shubham, and to anyone who's listening and is building right now, we're absolutely platform agnostic. The platform agnostic in terms of it can be a mobile game, it can be a PC game, it can be a console game, it can be an HTML5 game, it can be a aspirational AAA title. The only condition that we kind of had at the incubator is you cannot be at an idea stage. You need to have a working prototype, probably an alpha that you're testing right now. The idea with Level Zero is to accelerate the build phase for products that are promising, and teams building those are promising. So those are the two things that we look at. Outside of it, we're not only open to studios, but anything that's gaming adjacent is something that can be part of the incubator as well, something in the back end and infra side of things, something that enables UA, content creation, a lot of community platforms, anything to do with esports also has space at the incubator.
Okay. Interesting. Thank you. Well, I'm just getting a notification from the admins. So I think it's finally time, gentlemen. It's theme reveal. Chat, are you guys ready for the theme reveal? I know a lot of people have been asking.
Yeah, they've been asking constantly, what's the theme? Everybody's in a hurry to know and start jamming.
We'll definitely. So I'm gonna request the jury to stay here for the theme reveal, because it's gonna be a messy one. And please feel free not to pull any punches on that. Like, there's also chat. You guys anyways don't listen to us, so feel free to let us know what you think about the theme. So I think mods, are we ready?
Chat's going crazy. Let's
Jam. 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 Mix Jam.
Wow.
And there you have it. That was a lot of interesting
crazy
imagery.
Oh, this seems fun. I cannot stop of thinking combinations in my head.
Well, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. So, chat, for those who don't know, because that might have seemed like a bit of information overload, so we apologize. But the theme for this year's BYOG 2025 is rethink, remix, and remake. So yeah, let's get some reactions in. Sagar, did you want to go first?
Okay, I cannot stop thinking about a Valorant based trading card game, given those are the two games that I'm playing a lot right now. And it fits, right? Think about the agents, the collectibles, the weaponry. Or the other thought initially was think of a cyberpunk meets an Age of Empire, where I am allowed to build the cyberpunk world, build clans, go have all out wars and battles with others within that. Oh wow, I cannot stop thinking about this. I mean, I just hope devs don't go overboard with just thinking of these combinations and just
Yeah,
overcook the
that's
soup,
going
right?
to be a big problem for the devs, because as kids and developers, we've always played our favorites game, and we've always wanted to combine different elements from different. We want to take something from GTA, we want to take something from Counter Strike, and then put them together. But it's not possible. So this is a great opportunity. So for those devs, what do you think, Shubhang? What was your initial thoughts when you saw that?
Oh, this is awesome. This is like easily, if not the most, but one of the most innovative themes that BYOG since they started have come up with. It's actually really awesome. Like I was also like Sagar. I was also like going through some idea like a Mario Kart Fury Road sort of a thing, in a desolate wasteland you're playing stuff like that, or I don't know, maybe a Resident Evil and an Overcooked kind of a crossover where you must feed the zombies to keep the infection away. That'll be great.
It's a
You guys
theme
are
up for
firing
grabs,
all
Jam.
my neurons. My
Yeah,
neurons.
yeah. I mean, the gears are turning, man. Like that Homer Simpson meme of the monkey going bang, bang, bang. That
So I did see some questions from the chat and also from our Discord. So just to clarify, guys, this is one theme. You're reading it as exactly one theme. It's not just rethink or remix or remake. It's all one theme: rethink, remix, and remake. Uh, Anurag, what are your thoughts about this year's theme? What sort of ideas are also popping into your head? We were just mentioning about Sudoku and mashing up with another game. So I think we were already leading in towards this discussion.
I'm all for remix. I mean, rethink and remix. Actually, that's the pretty much the lay of the land today. Because if I think of the overall mobile gaming landscape, there are a finite right, and if we're just making a need to, uh, uh, so I think this is a great theme wherein people can reimagine and mix like bunch of things and make something of their own. I'm interested that I started a conversation with like I'm playing a game which is solitaire and words, which is actually a remix. So yeah, I'm sure you get the drift. There are many more combinations to make out there. Uh, I feel bad that there are only 72 hours that all these devs have to put this together. Right? But yeah,
So we're already getting some questions. Are we gonna have to mention what games we are gonna remake, remix? I know they've already mentioned remake twice. So yeah, to clarify here, yes, it's rethink, remix, and remake. And yeah, I guess that is sort of like the pattern I'm seeing and that's coming up is like, yeah, it's about rethinking about the games that maybe we already know about or already grown up with. Shubham gave the example of Resident Evil and no, it wasn't Cooking Mama. What was the other game? It was
overcooked.
Overcooked. Yeah, yeah. Thank you. Sorry, I don't know what I was thinking of. Cooking Mama. Putting more compliments from the chat. Samir says, "I asked for a simple thing, and you gave me rethink, remix, and remake up." Sorry, Samir. I guess lucked out this year.
Instead of one thing, we've given you like three things to think about.
Three things to think about. It's like, but yeah. So I think. Do we have any more questions that we want to take from the chat? Okay, sorry. Just to clarify, jammers do need to add one line of explanation to the relevance of the theme. This is during the submission process. This is for the jammers or anyone in the chat who's participating in the jam. There is a separate submission form that will be a part when you apply or upload your game. So just like keep that in mind. Otherwise, generally speaking, anybody who's watching this has any other questions, post this stream. You can find us on our Discord channel. Awesome. Well, I think that is mostly going to be it for you guys, for our jury. So once again, I would just like to thank you on behalf of Game Dev India and our community for taking the time to be a part of this, and thank you also for some of those interesting insights and reactions to this chaotic theme of ours for this year. Any last thoughts or any words of advice to our jammers? If any of you guys like to say something before you go, why don't you sound us off, Anurag?
I mean, I actually have a very mobile first view of the world. So I'd say, pick the things which are the most unlikeliest, right? Because this is what the jam is all about, right? I mean, to test something which you would otherwise never ever put out there. So, pick the most unlikeliest things that would cross over. That would be my recommendation. But Sagar and Shubhank, you have
Yeah,
anything?
it may not even. What's this question we're getting? Will Nintendo sue me for making it a game? Or asking the real questions.
Right questions, asking the right questions.
Asking the right questions. Sagar, do you think anyone will get sued if they remake any of Nintendo's games?
I mean, if you get sued at this stage, I think it's a good thing, isn't it? Let them get sued. Let them try and come and sue them. It's a great thing. Works out, right?
Yeah, it's working great for Power, guys. Come on. Sorry, go ahead.
And in terms of, I was just thinking if I were a dev at this point, I'd be thinking so much, which I did instantly start as soon as I heard about the theme. But I think keeping it simple would help. Just try and keep it simple. Don't overcomplicate the idea so that when you try and translate it, some of the simplest games have been some of the most fun games. So keep that in mind. So think all the way through. Don't get so worked up and excited about bringing your favorite games together. Just try and focus more on the people who are going to end up playing those games.
Absolutely, and I think even one of our own mods, Kinshuk, had also asked this question. I don't think it necessarily has to just be related to games. It's how you interpret it. You could take influences, rethink influences from anything, honestly. And honestly, that's probably how a lot of these games were also made, is from inspirations from other source material.
That's the basic point of like the jam, right? Where it's just any game jam that you participate. Once the theme is out, it's up to your mind, your creativity, how you interpret the theme. You don't have to. There's no strict code saying you just have to do these things and only around this you have to create the game. That's where your innovation and creativity comes forward. So don't restrict your mind to that. Just be open. Try to have fun. Experiment, innovate, and have a good time.
Yeah, Anime Newbie, I hope this answers your question. You need not have to remake games from the past. It could be anything. It's honestly, guys, it's based on your interpretation. And Shubhank, what I was going to ask is, like, did you have any other words or advice that you want to give out to our jammers?
I mean, I think you guys covered most of it, but the most important part of any jam is just go out there and have fun. It doesn't matter at the end. It's a stepping stone. You guys will do great. Keep it simple. Don't go overboard. Finish the game. Just go have fun with your team. Just go learn a lot from it as much as possible. Do a retrospective. Figure out what went wrong. You don't even need an event to do a jam. Just get together a bunch of you, over a weekend and just do it. Just have fun.
Get one more question from the audience. Does it need to align to judges' interpretation theme, or our own, or our interpretation is also fine? It's an interesting question. Because I feel like everyone will have their own interpretation of the theme. But does anyone feel like they want to answer that or tackle that? Like, is it really important for you guys to know what the person who's giving you the game or showing the game? Do you feel like their interpretation is also important? Anurag, do you want to tackle that one?
Yeah, actually, I would lean in on the developer's interpretation rather than my own, because they are the ones who are building the game, right? I mean, or if I really had to lean into my interpretation, I should be a part of the game jam and building a game of my own, right? So I would lean on the developer's interpretation.
I think one of the questions was from the chat was like, it's an annoying theme. Now I just need to copy multiple games and no new ideas. Well, that's where the challenge is, right? That's where the theme is going to hit your head. Don't go banging up the walls and just like clone everything else. That's where your mind comes in. And who knows? Maybe you come up with the best game in the Jam theme.
Or it can be this person with the Levi avatar. I don't know how that pronounce that name, but it could be Flappy Bird, but you control the pipes instead. Done, dusted.
Exactly.
There's your
The
idea
mechanics
for a
could
theme right
also
there.
be the game mechanics could also be an interesting area where they could innovate, right? Different mechanics coming together from different realms. So much to
Yep.
think about.
For sure. Mods, do we still have time to answer questions? Because I'm sure we're getting a lot of feedback, and I'm sure Discord is on fire right now. Okay, I'm getting the let's wrap it up from Kinshuk, so no worries. I will take this last question real quick. Can we make 2-player LAN games? Yeah, you can. But just keep in mind, chat and anyone who wants to participate, the more amount of effort that might be required for a judge to evaluate a game. So if multiplayer is absolutely required, then you'll just have to factor that into when submitting your game. So anything that could potentially make it easier for a judge to play it in that kind of setup, I think is also really important. But yeah, let's wrap it up. I think the rest of these questions we can answer a little bit later. Guys, once again, thank you so much for joining us here.
Thank you, Chirag. Thank you, Sagar. Thank you, Anurag.
Absolute pleasure.
We'll
Vijay.
Thank you guys. Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Before everyone goes, will we see you all at IGDC?
100%. I'm going to be there.
Okay, perfect.
Yep.
All right, now
That's
you guys
good.
can go.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
There. All
That was
right.
great. That was awesome.
Yeah, I was concerned there, Amir, because I thought we were gonna rickroll everyone and just give a meme out as a
That
surprise.